All right. Hey, Joy. Hi.
Hi, Kevin. How are
How are
you?
you?
Really well, thank you.
Good. What do you got for me? Do modern women want to submit to men? A man?
Um, I think that um, there's, I guess, in short, no. But I think in our community, in the Black community, the issues that we have in male-female romantic relationships related to sort of a woman's way of relating to her man, um, being the boss, not feeling comfortable, trusting. It's a complex one. I think a big part of it, and I need to say that I've been married for 6 years and we have 4 kids, and I'm a stay-at-home mom, which I
Congratulations.
love. It's a blessing, and I'm really happy that my husband
Congrats.
is.
That's a good thing. 6 years,
It's a
four kids.
blessing. It
Wow.
is. I love it. I love
Good.
it. And it comes with its challenges, obviously, but it's
Mm-hmm.
it's a wonderful thing to be experiencing our family this way. But I think for many Black women, there's an issue related to um, not understanding themselves, and as women, and so not understanding what many people call like the feminine principle,
Mm-hmm.
and then not understanding the masculine principle as well. And I know for me in my marriage, there's been a lot of learning related to ways I can relate to my husband, to empower him that are respectful as he perceives
Mm-hmm.
respect. So you mentioned, I think, with one of the previous callers, maybe it was Miss Ashley who you were just speaking with. Um, you said a few words that I've heard from my husband, especially early on, in terms of questioning everything. And I'm not saying she did or didn't do that.
Right,
I'm
right.
just saying that for me, I've really had to, and I'm still in the process of learning the importance of trust,
Mm-hmm.
of tone. Sometimes I know now that my tone may seem fine to me. Let's have a conversation. Let's debate this out. But for a man who is a masculine man, um, sometimes just a too much inflection in your tone can be overwhelming, and it can feel disrespectful.
Yep.
And so I think for me, needing to really understand, like, this is how many men interpret my behavior, or the generals of my behavior. This is how they would interpret it. It's been a humbling thing, but really productive, in terms of accepting it and then making adjustments. Women, there's so much we can do to get through to our men, um, if we are willing to take a look at ourselves, and make those adjustments strategically.
Mm-hmm.
And one thing I will say, Kevin, that I think you mentioned something to, again, Miss Ashley, about her being, or sort of being who you are.
Mm-hmm.
You are sort of being who you are. You can't change who you are, and so it comes out.
Right.
And I know for me, I love debate. I love
Mm-hmm.
engaging conversations. I love it, and I don't. For me, I don't necessarily think there's anything wrong with that in particular. Maybe there is, and that's something I can, gain insight about over the
Well,
years.
I
But
think I
right now,
think I think
yeah.
there's a time and see it's time, place, and manner. See, like if you were having a dinner party, you were having a bunch of couples over, and you guys were gonna just get into it. That's one thing.
Right.
Um, but if it's just you guys one on one, it pop. What's the ultimate outcome? See, sometimes it's not even worth it. It's like,
Right.
well, what am
Right.
I gaining from this? We're talking about this political issue that I really don't care about. It was just a point to me, but the feelings that remain are just not worth it. Something I learned a lot in therapy. But you said something earlier on, our romantic relationships. And one of the things I think that's the issue in the Black community is we need to start with our relationships on respect and grow into romance and love. We're older. Romance and love is for 25 and under, 27 and under. When you start getting to our age, it's more or less about Respect, and see, it's easier to submit and cooperate with somebody you respect with, because love, that's an emotion that can fluctuate. Respect tends to stay there. But I appreciate you calling in, and go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. The last thing I'll say is that there. I think there's another element though to our what you stated as our pathology. I don't know if I totally agree with the use of that word because it's thrown around a lot when it comes to Black folks, but of our behavior, and that I think another aspect is that historically Black women have not in our context here and in the colonial context, I think throughout the world, been able to really depend on our men for provision and for protection.
Mm-hmm.
And until we even had full rights in this country, I say recently, a generation and a half, 50, 60 years ago, we got them officially. But there's been so much challenge to the Black man's ability to really build and be that masculine presence in the context of this American empire and colonialism worldwide. And so some of that gets passed down to generationally. We see our mothers who maybe have had to be the backbone financially and otherwise. And
Well,
it's very difficult not to have that contempt
well,
when you are forced
I
to
don't
be
know if
out of your
I don't know
family.
if I agree with that one, because prior to 1965, Black people were married at a rate of 80%. That was
And
at the height of Jim Crow, slavery, segregation. We had Black communities. We had more Black business.
it's true.
And the thing is,
That's
we
very
hold
true.
on,
But even
we had Black economy. The difference has been, yes, black, we are not the power in this country, and you will never supplant the power. But if we worked well together back then, we have more education, more access, but our ability to work together is diminished. So it cannot just be solely economic.
very true. I think, though, that even during that period, I mean, there were whole books written on this idea by Black economists and others who were criticizing, for example, the dynamic in which the Black woman at that time was the leader of her family because she was the economic engine of the family, even during that period of time. And so I think that
Oh,
the
wait.
modern woman,
What?
I'm sorry.
Okay, the Black woman was the economic.
So
Hold on.
yeah,
How old are you?
29.
All right. No, Big Daddy was the leader of the. See that a lot of this, depends on who you're reading, because Black women went off and got the education, but they were usually working in a domestic capacity. Black men were the ones going to get the jobs in the factories, intending to be truck drivers and long haul. Like me and my grandfather's age, made no mistake, when he was gone 3 or 4 days out of every week, he was earning the money throughout the family until around the 70s. But from the 40s through the 70s, men were making the money. See, Black women have been told that you're the backbone of the Black community. And this is a mythology that a lot of Black women have held on to, and it's simply not accurate. Black economists will even back this up. I'm sorry. It's just like the thing saying Black women are the most educated. No, you're the most enrolled. You're not the most graduated. And the myth of the Black superwoman is something that a lot of Black women hold on to, yet in their own personal lives have nothing in line with these mythological creatures that they supposedly revere. So I can't give you that Black women were the financial backbone of the entire family. Nah, that's more that color purple and stuff. Okay, and we seem to have first name is Faith.
Yes,
How old are you?
I'll be 30 next month.
Okay, what do you got for me?
Well, I'm a single mom, and I think that it's okay with wanting a high value man. Like, I think
You
it's
didn't.
okay.
You said you think it's what?
It's okay for me to I'm about to start dating again, and I think that that's what I would like to date, and I think it's nothing wrong with that.
Okay, were you married?
Yeah,
How long?
4 years.
Okay. And was your husband a high value man?
He was working his way up to one, but no.
Okay. What does that mean?
He was starting businesses. He was a military man, and
Okay.
he was, getting off his feet.
All
So,
right. How many children do you have?
too.
All right. So to the market, what you're basically saying is, hey, the man I married and had 2 children was not high value. But now I'm coming to the market, divorced, older, with 2 children, wanting a man who was financially better than the one I had 2 kids for.
Yeah. I know it sounds bad, but at the
It
same
sounds
time, it's like,
it sounds exactly like what it is. I don't fault you for wanting what you want, but the question always comes back, Faith. Why should a high value man pick you versus picking the okay? Why should a high value man pick you versus picking a woman he can make his own children with?
that's true. I agree. Because when I had kids, I didn't want a man with kids also. So I agree. However, I'm just saying, I think that if I think that I could get a high value man possibly just because I have kids, it's not going to make it like, oh my gosh, she has kids. And I was going to ask
Really?
you a question.
Hold on, hold on. What city or what state are you in?
Alabama.
Oh, one of the poorest states in the union. You just think you can get a high value man. Do you know any high value men?
Yes, that's what I was going to ask you. I was going to ask you a question. Um, this guy, he's talking to me. He's a high value man, and I was just trying to figure out like, does he really like me, or is he just like probably wanting a booty call because he's
Probably
high
number two.
value? But
Probably number two. I'm gonna tell you the truth. Probably
okay,
number
because he
two. I
has no
mean,
kids, and I'm just trying to figure out like,
he
okay,
has children,
no, he doesn't have any children.
right, man. I mean, all right. So
Because
let's
it looks like
fast.
he really
Hold on.
likes
Listen, listen,
me.
listen, listen, listen. Do you have a son or a daughter? Do you have a son?
I have two boys, a 1 and
Okay,
a
so
2 year old.
Let's fast forward 35 years, and your oldest son is an accomplished attorney making $400,000 a year, and you've had to work with your ex to put your son through, University of Alabama, through Harvard, through junior law, all that stuff, and he comes home and says, "Mama, I'm getting married to a woman, a woman with 2 kids." You gonna say, "All right, son, I worked all my life for you to go do that."
I wouldn't
Yes, let's go
I
get
wouldn't
it.
be happy at first. However, if
What?
she was
No, no. See, now
if
stop right there. See, stop right there. Why wouldn't you be happy at first?
because I'll be like, you can start your own family. However, if that's what
Let's
you
keep
want,
going.
if
Let's
you
keep
want to
no,
be
no, no. Let's
stepdaddy,
not go down to however. Let's keep on that path. You can start your own family
because that'd be the right thing to do. That's what I
not the
plan.
right thing, the
That's
better thing, because you didn't raise your son and go through all that for him to take over some other person's bills.
yeah, that's true.
Welcome to you.
All right,
I'm
thanks.
sorry, man, but that's the truth. Are your
I
children an
I see what
asset
you're
to,
saying, but it's
but
like
but you still keep the
I see what
but.
you're
Are
saying,
your
but it's just
children,
like okay,
listen, are your children an asset to another man?
they can be.
I didn't ask if they can, how can they be?
Some guys just want to be stepdaddy.
No, no. Tell me how they can be an asset.
Can't tell you nothing right now. Can't think of anything. So you got me. You're right.
If bottom line, man, you married a military guy. Why are y'all divorcing?
He was cheating, and we can't
Okay.
work it out because he's a narcissist. So
Okay.
it's just not
Hold on.
working out.
Narcissist, has he had a clinical designation of narcissist? Or are you just saying that?
Uh,
Just lack empathy. Okay. So a narcissist is narcissism around children. So he has no. Okay. All right. I'm gonna say this, man. This whole high value thing has a lot of you ladies in a bad position. Man, you're in Alabama. You're a divorcee with 2 kids, and you want one. Do you care if he's black? The man is black,
I would prefer him to be black.
and
Yes.
that means you want 8% of black men. 8%. 8% of black men earn over $100,000, and they don't really tend to live in Alabama. That's 8%, regardless as to the age. 8%, regardless as to their current marital status. 8%, regardless as to sexual orientation. And you didn't make babies with an 8% man. You made babies with a guy in the middle. Please
True.
explain to me why you want a guy who's so high up now.
I
That's what I
feel
really
that
want to
it's nothing.
understand.
I feel there's nothing wrong with wanting a stepdaddy with high value. Like, it's okay for me wanting my kids to go to private school. Like,
Really?
if that makes, yeah,
No,
like, I
no,
think
tell me
that
why. Tell me why it's okay.
because if I find a guy and he's high value and he's okay with, I just don't see how it's like, oh, she got kids. Oh, I understand it is like more options out there, but just like, it's possible.
Really? So you don't see any problem, you don't see any issue with wanting your kids to go to private school that you cannot afford to pay for and your husband can't afford to pay for.
No, like if
Huh,
that's what because I'm
and
about to
see, I'm
start
gonna tell
dating
you,
again, and that's what I'm looking
I'm gonna
for.
tell you this. That's one of the issues in our community that a woman like yourself could honestly come up and say, I don't see any problem getting somebody who had nothing to do with this to pay for the bill. That's that welfare state mentality.
No,
That's
it's
that.
not. I think that that's.
Listen. I'm not insulting you, man, but listen.
I'm
You
listening.
can't afford it. Your husband can't afford it. That means you don't get it. The only way you could get your kids in private school is to find somebody else who's willing to put your kids in private school. You want your kids in private school? Get a nanny, get a tutor, work with them to get them a scholarship. That's what you're supposed to do. Go get a second job. Go. Don't go get your
And
hair
that's
done.
another thing.
Listen,
Like I'm a stay-at-home
listen.
mom, and I was
Okay,
okay.
ma'am. In this life,
Yeah.
we get what we earn and worth. You want somebody else to pay your bills. That is unfair. It is selfish
Oh,
because you don't have the money. And
I
you
do
said,
have.
but
I do
not,
have,
you
and
can't
that's
afford
another
to put
thing.
your
My
kid. Oh,
family
Jesus.
comes from money.
Okay. Let me go ahead and grab this mute button because you said if somebody wants to come along and put your kids in private school, but you can't afford to put your kids in private school.
That's what you said. I didn't say that I can't
You
afford.
But you said if somebody wants to come along and put your kids in private school by implication, meaning they're going to be paying for it, not you. I'm not trying to play
That's
semantic
true.
games.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Is yes, they'll be paying
Exactly.
for it if they're my husband.
No, they're not your husband. They'll be a
If
step.
they were.
All right. So in other words, guys, pay attention. These are the women you need to pay attention to. These are the women that really don't care about you because you said it, ma'am. If it were your sons, you would want him to go start his own family, but you're
And
so.
see, I don't like how you.
But I don't care, man. The
Yes.
way the words came out, the way you said, if they were your sons, you would want them to start their own families.
Yes.
But for you,
But I
it's
also
all
said
right.
if
But
they do want to be stepdaddy, they can be. So like
that's
both
not
of
the
them is
point. I didn't
cool.
ask. I didn't ask. Nope.
Sure.
Again, pay attention to what's going on here. It's because of her. It's not because it's what's right.
No,
It's
you
not
ain't about
because
to
of
do me
what's
like
right or
this.
what's best.
No, because no, you're trying to flip it.
I'm not flipping shit. I'm saying exactly what you're saying. It's not because of what's right or what's best. It's because of it's you. That's what it is. It's because of it's her. Think about what she's saying. I would want my sons to get the best possible. but I want you to pay for it, and that's fine. But what is he going to get for that? Me? And this is the mentality that guys are listening to, ladies, and saying, do y'all give a damn about it? Talk about narcissist? Did that woman sound like she cared about?
Hi guys, welcome back to the Spotlight News. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to our YouTube channel, and those who have been following, may God bless you and stay tuned. Let's give respect to the fallen legend Papa Kevin Samuels, because he has done more good work to educate, to teach and to conquer and to bring out the picture of a black woman and a black man in the society of the black society. First of all, today we are dealing the show or the talk is all about past and present. It's a reality show dealing with past and present situation, and which I believe most of you are going through it, and most of you have seen it. So this is it. As I've been telling you, before you work on your present life, first work on your past life. The more you admit the mistakes you made in your past life, then your present will be brighter and clear. But if you can't accept your mistakes you did in a past life, then there is no way you're going to work upon them on the past life. You're going to be living a life of denial, a life of not admitting. This is whereby it's mostly common in the black society, whereby you find a lady struggling with her kids as a single mother and a man struggling with her kids as a single mother. So kids are being brought up in the picture of telling them that this is the better way. You just need money even if you don't need a family, because they are seeing their parents struggling from the start to look for how to live. And this is whereby you see it, some people take it as it is a normal thing to go with, yet it is affecting the kids' future, because they saw their mom doing this, and they will also fell in love with what their parents do. This is where I always tell a single motherhood or the single parents, advise your kid that however this happened to me, but this is the best, so that even when they grow up they can look up to being married or look up to being with a father or a better family more than you had. Tell them the mistakes you made, tell them what made you like that, so that at least you can see your kids successful or having something special more than what you think. But then if you can't, then that means you're not going to sit as a person. And yeah, so a lot of them make these mistakes, which is not right, and I don't even support it. So that is it, guys. That brings us the end of this video. But to all the ladies, learn how to admit your mistakes and move on. And it's not becoming a single parent, it's not that you've failed as a person. Sometimes it comes with a lot. If it's not by your chance, or it's not you who messed up, just pray to God. God might bring you someone better than what you had. But if you left your man because of you wanted someone high class more than your man, you may fail to get that person you're looking for. But if you left really when it's hurting, when it's something big happened to you, then you will work out and get something better. Never live in a denial world because you became a single mother or a single father. Stand up, work as a lady, work on yourself, and you will get something better if it wasn't your fault. But a lot of ladies that separate, it's mostly because of them. They think their men are not enough. And learn this. You can make someone you want. You can make a better man or a better family if it's you who said, yes, I want my family to be like this. But you can't make a better family when you're tarnishing everything around, or you're messing up with everything. You're messing up with your future. And you can make your kids' future brighter than yours. If yours fail, don't demoralize them. Don't make them feel bad about it. Don't make them feel down. So you can work on it, and you can work on your mistakes, so you can make it clear. Because you keep pushing as a lady, you keep pushing as a man, and God will bless you in one way or the other. Okay, that brings us to the end of our video. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and may God bless you to all the commenters. Love you all. Bye bye.